Here are some amazing facts about giant clam. Largest bivalve. Giant clams are the largest bivalve mollusks in the world. Massive size, they can grow up to 4 feet 1.2 meters in length. Heavyweight, a fully grown giant clam can weigh more than 440 pounds 200 kilograms. Lifespan, they can live for more than 100 years. Symbiosis, giant clams have a symbiotic relationship with algae called zooxanthellae. Colorful mantle, their mantle can be brilliantly colored, often in shades of blue, green, yellow, and brown. Photosynthesis, the algae in their tissues perform photosynthesis, providing nutrients for the clam. Filter feeders, besides relying on algae, giant clams filter feed on plankton. Spawning, giant clams are hermaphrodites, capable of producing both eggs and sperm. Broadcast spawning, they release eggs and sperm into the water column for external fertilization. High fecundity, a single giant clam can release over 500 million eggs in one spawning event. Larval stage, the larvae are free-swimming before settling on a reef. Indo-Pacific region, giant clams are found in the warm waters of the Indo-Pacific region. Coral reefs, they typically inhabit coral reefs, providing structure and habitat for other marine organisms. Endangered, several species of giant clams are considered endangered due to overharvesting and habitat destruction. Conservation efforts, many conservation programs are focused on breeding and reintroducing giant clams to reefs. Calcium carbonate shells, their shells are made of calcium carbonate, similar to coral skeletons. Shell patterns, each species has distinct shell patterns and structures. Burrowing behavior, young clams can burrow into the substrate to anchor themselves. Sessile adults, once settled, adult giant clams remain in one place for their entire lives. Aquarium trade, giant clams are popular in the aquarium trade for their vibrant colors. Culinary use, in some cultures, giant clam meat is considered a delicacy. Water filtration, they play a role in filtering and cleaning the water in their habitat. Eye spots, giant clams have numerous eye spots on their mantle to detect changes in light and shadow. Bioluminescence, some species exhibit bioluminescence, glowing in the dark. Shell growth rings, like trees, their shells have growth rings that can be used to estimate age. Threats from predators, they are preyed upon by starfish, crabs, and some fish species. Defense mechanisms, giant clams can close their shells tightly to protect against predators. Cultural significance, in some Pacific island cultures, giant clams are symbols of fertility and prosperity. Shell use, in many cultures, giant clam shells are used for decoration and utilitarian purposes. Unique adaptations, their mantle can extend outward to maximize sunlight exposure for the algae. High protein content, giant clam meat is rich in protein. Medicinal properties, some traditional medicines use giant clam extracts. Research importance, they are studied for their role in reef ecosystems and potential climate change impacts. Tridacna genus, the most well-known species belong to the genus Tridacna. Bioerosion, they contribute to bioerosion, breaking down reef structures over time. Gigantism, their large size is an example of marine gigantism. Temperature tolerance, they can tolerate a range of temperatures but are sensitive to extreme changes. Salinity tolerance, they require stable salinity levels and are sensitive to changes. Oxygen requirement, they need well-oxygenated water to thrive. Symbiotic relationships, they host a variety of symbiotic organisms, including bacteria. Hybridization, some species can hybridize, creating unique genetic variations. Artificial propagation, Techniques have been developed to artificially propagate giant clams. Restoration projects, they are used in coral reef restoration projects. Nutrient cycling, giant clams play a role in nutrient cycling within reef ecosystems. Unique digestion, their digestive system is adapted to process both algae and plankton. Scientific interest, researchers are interested in their potential for bioengineering and aquaculture. Climate indicators, their growth patterns can provide clues about historical climate conditions. DNA studies, genetic studies help understand their evolution and adaptation mechanisms. Cultural heritage, giant clams are part of the cultural heritage of many coastal communities. Carbonate production, they contribute to carbonate production, crucial for reef building. Light sensitivity, their mantle can retract quickly in response to shadows, indicating light sensitivity. Shell layers, their shells have multiple layers, providing strength and protection. Temperature regulation, they regulate their body temperature through their large mantle surface area. Respiratory efficiency, they have efficient respiratory systems to meet their high oxygen demands.